I'm Tom McCutcheon, and I'm from Aubrey, Texas, and I'm in the reining horse business, both in the training and in the breeding end of the business. I grew up in the horse business. You know, we had cutting horses and rope horses and anything you could do horseback, we did. I would say 99% of what I've learned in the reining horse business, I've learned either from my dad or been self-taught. You know, a lot of it was just about figuring out, you know, what makes a horse tick, how they think. At a very young age, I went to Italy and worked over there for 4 years, and I trained reining horses. Going to Italy was a big deal. You know, I was a farm kid that, you know, just hadn't seen a lot of sights around the world, and I got off the plane in Italy and walking down the steps off the plane onto the tarmac, and you know, they had soldiers there with automatic weapons, and that was completely different, and it really allowed me to see a whole different world, a whole different culture. I was, for the first time, on my own. You know, I was by myself. I didn't have anybody else to fall back on. I didn't have to, you know, anybody to say, okay, you know, I screwed this horse up. Can you help me fix him? You know, I think that probably shaped me as much as anything at that time in my career. You know, the thing for me that intrigues me the most about the reining horse business is it is the epitome of a broke horse. A really broke horse, you can go do absolutely anything on. You know, we have a lot of these horses that we've trained and gone on to have long show careers into the 10, 12, 13 years old. I'll get a picture or an email, some little kids riding them around the countryside, and they're just, you know, they're just great horses their whole life. And that's, I guess that's the biggest thing to me, is they're just good horses. I would say the biggest influence outside of my dad and my brothers in the reining horse industry is my wife. Definitely not afraid to tell me what's on her mind. It's really an asset. You know, it's really great to have somebody that's not afraid to tell you. Now, I'm not going to say that I always like to hear it. You know, you never want your wife telling you what you're doing wrong. You know, because she rides a lot of the horses that I train, and you know, you don't want to let your wife down. You know, especially when she grew up in a reining horse family in you know, arguably the best reining horse family in the history of the reining horse business, and so you know, it's a lot of pressure to make sure those horses are good enough and that she can step on them and go win and compete at a level that she's used to. So, you know, I would say definitely my wife is a huge influence in the direction of my horse training. Best experience that I have had in reining, you know, I've had a lot of great experiences in reining. I love the international stuff. It's taken me all over the world. The crowning moment for me would be the World Equestrian Games in 2010. You know, it was really that team with Craig Schmersel and Tim McQuay and Shawn Flarida as teammates. That was like an all-star team. That was like the dream team in basketball. I would say the thing that really defines that whole experience was the team day was actually 2 days of reining, but I had to go at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I did not expect any of my teammates to be there until, you know, maybe stroll into the arena when it was my turn to show. Bright and early, 5:30 in the morning, there's Tim and Craig and Shawn, and they're all there, and that was really special. The support that we all got from each other as teammates, it was a really great feeling. It really, you know, brought it home. You know, this was our U.S. team. This group of guys were so committed. You know, I'll never forget that experience. You know, reining it's been amazing to me. Fortunately for us, we have an amazing staff. I've got some of the best horse trainers in the world working here. Where we used to take, you know, 8 or 10 horses to a horse show, it's not uncommon for us now to take 30 or 35 horses to a horse show, trying to stay on top of all that. I couldn't do it by myself. So, hats off to my help and my staff. I mean, they've really got us there.